Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're not even supposed to be recording today. What are we doing? Wait a minute. We are. And there's a reason. It's because good old Rick Ramone has a special episode going on tonight. Now, we may have a special guest show up. We may not. But I already have two special guests here. One you already know, the other you don't. But you're going to tonight because I've been a fan of these boys for a long time. And so having tonight's episode, we're having it one way or another, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, indeed. Indeed. So welcome to a special Bacon Shade Worldwide special edition episode. Now, Justin, hold on. Nathan,
What's going on?
Justin, wait, you guys know each other, right?
Yeah. Yes. So you guys are both my guys, but me and Nithin have met in the flesh many times, especially this past year, and had a lot of fun memories and events together. We were just at the Philly show a few months ago, ran into Eagles running back A.J. Dillon. We're chopping it up with him a bit. Went to his football camps. Nithin's invited me to many of his events, and we just crossed paths at a lot of sporting events. And Nithin's somebody that is connected and well versed in the sports media business, and was just at the Super Bowl. I'm sure he'll talk about it here in a second. But yeah, we have crossed paths many times, and it's my guy. So good to see you, Nithin.
Hey, good to see you too. Justin is my guy also, and I could say the same thing for him. Like the first time we met, I mean, this guy is the real deal. He's at every Eagles game, Eagles, you name it, Eagles autograph signing. He's worked with a bunch of Eagles, and man, it's great. It's amazing what he does content wise. He puts up content every day, and his page is growing by the minute. And by the way, congrats on 10K followers. I just saw that on your thing and on Instagram. So congrats on that.
But well, you too. You too. You're closing in on I think 11K, right? So
yeah. But Justin I can speak highly about Justin for a long time because this guy is a hustler. Also, he's a hard worker. Being an Eagles fan, and then all Philly sports, but the way he does his videos is truly amazing, and I love working with him, collaborating. So man, looking forward to more events with him, and obviously with Justin Brown, another guy, a friend of ours. But man, this relation, it's like we're all family here, and I built a strong networking base, and Justin's one of them, and man, this guy's unbelievable what he does.
No, I appreciate that more than you know, my man. And we're going to collab on this video, I'm sure. We'll clip it.
Yeah.
So add it to 100%. The collection.
100,000,000%. Also, if you guys are looking to adopt anybody in your family, good old Rick Ramone is up for adoption. So just putting that out there.
Okay.
Hey, we're having a lot of turnover in the Eagles organization. We might adopt you there if we need any, maybe for janitor needs or something in the building right now. We'll find a job for you, man.
All right, wait a minute. So, Nathan, hold on, because Justin, we got to talk about your week with Dr. J, which I normally on any other occasion would be like number one with a bullet. But again, this is the type of week that we're having. Strap in, Nathan, sir. You're a bit of a hustler yourself. Tell me your story, because I got into this whole scene by following you first, sir.
Thank you. So first of all, thank you for having me on the show, and you guys do a great job. You, Topher, you name it, the whole crew, man. You guys are the best. And like I said, the videos are amazing. The graphics that Chris makes is truly amazing. So shout out to you guys. And my story is kind of long, but I want to do it like in a short version. I went to school at Kane University in New Jersey, and I went to school for criminal justice. So I wanted to do something in law enforcement. So I was in the Correctional Officer Academy. But that didn't work out. So my second passion was sports. So after that, the Officer Academy didn't work out. I went back to school to do my sports degree, communication, marketing, sports journalism, you name it, everything. So I went to school, go back to school to finish all that degrees, and I said, okay. So when COVID hit, since I had those degrees, I said, let me start something. So I started something on Instagram Live where I invited all athletes and reporters because they had nothing to do and everything was shut down. So that's when I started like a small show, and I didn't realize it was going to grow. So I just kept going with it, and then it started growing. I've seen the numbers started growing, and then year two, I started building a team that's been great, helping me out with all the stuff now. And then I started applying for Spotify's, and then started spreading out on all podcast platforms. So that was happened in year two. Started building my team and doing all that expansion stuff. So and then also that's when we started doing in-person events. with athletes and you name it, athletes at different venues, and that's how we started building a relationship with all the athletes that we work with. And that was year two, all in year two, and then year three, I got featured on News 12 New Jersey, our local radio network. So they brought me into the studio to talk about my journey, talk about my journey in the industry and how I started it. And that was a big help. And now I have 9 mentors. I have a strong networking base, and we've been to 2 Super Bowls, one in New Orleans, and obviously this one here near San Francisco. And like I said, I work with multiple networks. I'm a PR manager now, agent, you name it. And I work for this company called Nation's Best. It deals with a lot of NIL deals, brand deals for athletes. So, the long story short, to make this short version, yeah, that's how it went, and the rest is history. And I'm just grateful to be here, and I wouldn't be here without my parents. So, shout out to my family, my parents, my brother. That's for me. First is family. Second, when I family first family, second sports, and then the rest third, because you always, the family is always number one, to be honest, and because they're the ones who help you out, guide you to where you want to be, and that's what they did, and they're proud of me now, and it's just great. It's just great to be to be working in this industry. Sometimes it's hard. You go through a lot of ups and downs, but you find a way to overcome it and get through adversity, and that's what athletes do, get through adversity, and that's what we do too. And I'm just grateful to be in this business.
Yep. Yep. Now, Justin, how'd you two meet, Justin?
That's a great question. So we met, actually, I first remember the Fletcher Cox signing at the mall, Nithin, where Tobias Eats was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember actually, I think meeting you or seeing you there and referenced you our first time I DM'd you about that event, but I don't think we formally met there. That's the first time I saw you though and knew who you were. And then from that event, I saw your Instagram after that. And then we just kind of connected through social media like that, referenced that day, referenced that event. And you said you were there. I was like, yeah, I definitely saw you there. And then we just kind of just started sharing some details about events, getting to know each other, talking, whatever, shared our phone numbers with each other. And next thing you know, we're boys here, and it's just time flies, and a lot of events under our belts, a lot of fun times, a lot of fun stories. Like I said, just walking the floor of the Philly show together and running into AJ Dillon and talking to him. I have on video Nithin talking to him about cards and dealing and stuff. It's pretty cool, man. So we have a lot of fun stories like that.
That's awesome. And then Nithin, you were just at the Super Bowl recently, yes, sir?
So this was our second Super Bowl in San Francisco, and then being able to reconnect with all the athletes that we know already, and reconnect with all the media people that we know, and make new connections. It was a great experience. San Francisco is amazing city, and the nightlife parties were amazing. We got invited to outside events for Super Bowl week, and even we went to my mentor's Lee Steinberg Super Bowl party again, and it was fun. Man, that's why next year, hopefully, we can try and get some of you guys to come to Los Angeles for next year. But having 2 Super Bowls already underneath my resume is truly amazing. And like I said, it's you got to work hard at it, earn it, and we did earn. I did earn it, and like I said, this was amazing, and what an experience for a year. For New Orleans was awesome, also, but I would say this year was all great. Was fantastic.
Yeah. Nithin, how was your transportation out there? Like, where did you stay, and like, how was like the travel aspect of it?
Yeah, so I stayed at my uncle's house in Milpitas, so I didn't have to book a hotel. So
save a lot of money. Good.
Yeah, so I took a BART train. I took the BART train from their house to the convention center, and then when it hit the nighttime, I took the Uber to the parties that we got invited to and the other events also. So yeah, the BART train is easy to take there, and that's what I did.
Nice. And my last question for you: who's the most famous person you ran into in the Super Bowl this past week?
That's easy. Jerry Rice and Joe Montana.
Come on, man. Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice. That's incredible.
Wow, like dude. Future says, hold the ball like Jerry Rice. Let's go. Flex up.
Flex up. Nice. Jerry Rice. Well, when you got your picture with Jerry Rice, it was the greatest wide receiver of all time next to Jerry Rice. That's my joke of the day.
Yep.
But
Wait, wait,
good
wait.
stuff.
So wait, Nathan's been hanging out with Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. Justin, can you maybe top that or match that? Who you been hanging out with?
Yeah, well, I'm a Sixers fan, die hard, and I guess I got a chance to hang out with the last guy that won them anything of anything
Yeah.
important. But the only doctor's appointment, fellas, that I look forward to going to. This was a day with Julius Irving, otherwise known as Dr. J. Just a week ago today, actually, this past Monday in New York City. We were in Times Square. I got to give a special thank you once again. Shout out to Justin Brown of JB Sports Ventures for inviting me for this day with Mr. Irving in New York City. We were in there promoting his new documentary on Amazon Prime Video, Soul Power, which is all about the ABA, American Basketball Association, which Dr. J helped, like, was a pioneer for that league and whatnot. And then the league kind of disappeared. They used to play with this cool red, white, and blue ball, and it was like it was just an old school league. And then they made this whole documentary about it. So they went to New York City to promote it. They started out at the Times Square Marriott. I met him there. I was so nervous beforehand. I met him. His hands are the biggest hands you'll ever see in your life. They're huge, but he was a super nice guy. After the first few minutes, he was just a regular guy. I mean, but with some of the coolest, most amazing stories, guys, that you can't even begin to imagine. Like, I'll get to it in 1 second, but they started at Times Square Marriott, did some interviews there, talked about the ABA. He brought the ball with them. We put it on the table, and he was sharing these cool stories about playing back in the 70s during that league, as with the Times Square in the background. It was awesome. Then he had a private. I've done a lot of events with athletes. I've never done an event with somebody so famous that they had their own security detail with them. So he
Mm.
had his own private security detail with him, with like special agent, like 2 special agents and stuff, and an SUV and all that. And they followed us around for the day. So we left the Times Square Marriott. They escorted us in the SUV. We drove over to the Today Show on ABC News. Went on, saw him do that, an interview with Lindsey Davis, and then he talked once again about the ABA and whatnot. And it was pre-recorded, so we went there to record it, but it was going to be shown on the news like 2 days in advance then later. And then we went from there, which was then obviously the coolest part of this whole day. We went to the Brooklyn Nets Chicago Bulls game at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where we got like this private security escort, into the stadium, onto the court. I didn't sit directly next to Dr. J, but I got to sit in the row behind him pretty much for the game, and it was surreal just to watch the game. I mean, it was even though the teams kind of sucked, but the game was really, really close. It was competitive. It was awesome. Dr. J got a tribute there. He did an interview at halftime. I got to see. We even had a dinner together, which at the dinner was just, I got to hear his war stories from back in the day. Just, man, dude, I'm still processing it. It was so cool. I'm a huge golf fan. And I asked him if he plays or if he has any love for the game, and he says he does. He has his own golf tournaments. He bought his own golf course. And also, I told him I've been to the Masters as a spectator, and he told me, "Oh wow, I've played it a few times." I'm like, "Wow, that's incredible." So,
Yeah.
yeah, man, just some of the stories I can ramble on. I'm not going to. Just surreal. Humbled and honored to be there. Like I said, the only doctor's appointment I look forward to going to. It was awesome. He was so nice, so cordial to all the fans, to everybody. Couldn't go a few yards, especially at that basketball game, without somebody stopping him or recognizing him or yelling something to him or
Mhm.
something. And he would acknowledge as many as he could. Everybody. He was so nice, and it was awesome. It was definitely inspired me, man, just to see him there, like just to hear his stories. And I tell you what, he's a legend. He's a legend.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that's amazing. And Dr. J is the best doctor out there because he cures everything. So there you go. Dr. J is the best. By the way, when it comes to the talk about the obviously the restaurant experience, because I'm just curious, whenever you for example, whenever someone is with like a famous person in the restaurant, just take me. How was the experience like? Because was people looking at the table, or how was the experience like there?
Yeah, yeah, it's a great question. So I have a lot of footage. Some of it I posted, some of it I didn't. But when we're at the dinner, so it was in this. By the way, it was in a restaurant inside the Barclays Center, like kind of like a club suite type of thing. That was, gentlemen, the nicest restaurant you will like. I didn't get too many exterior shots of the place, but like it was so fancy. It was such a nice restaurant, like super high class food, meals. So the waiter comes over and he just goes, like, we had our menus ready and stuff, and he just kind of goes, "So I'm just gonna bring you guys out a bunch of just the best stuff on the house." And he brings out like a buffet style to this table, and it was awesome. A lot of fans would come up, and asked for the photo kind of before he started eating. So we got that out of the way. There was about walking to our seat, there was at least 5 people that stopped us on our way to the seat. And then we got to the table and he had a family with some kids came up, and a few families. Yeah. And then the dinner was just awesome. And I asked him, that's a great question, Nathan, because I asked him as we were eating, I said, what was your pregame meal back in the day, like before a game? And he said it would usually be like just like nothing crazy, kind of like a steak and like a potato or something a few hours before the game. I don't know. I was curious and like just to hear those stories and stuff, you know, uh, I told the guys this pre-show. We were out to dinner and he roasted. He made a joke. He roasted me because if you guys don't know, Dr. J was a legend at the famous Rucker Park in Harlem. I asked him. I said, "Was Rucker Park a green? I thought it was like a green court." And then the guy next to me, Adam, goes, "I thought it was like a clay, like a brown color." And Dr. J goes, "So it's actually black. I guess you're both colorblind." And we just all started laughing stuff and got roasted by Dr. J. But yeah, no, it was, the dinner was awesome, Nathan, and, the food was amazing. Food was unlimited on the house, on his bill or whoever's bill or whatever, and it was like, I couldn't believe I was just sitting at dinner with him, which was just, like I said, hearing his war stories, talking about, like, he was like something when it comes to the NBA he was talking about was like, well, I asked him, I said, "When was the last time you were at Rucker Park?" And he said, "Today. We drove by it." And before we even met with him, he said somebody and his team drove him by there just to see what it looked like. So he was there that day. And then I said,
Mhm.
"Well, what about before then?" He goes, "Well, I was there then before then, like 10 years prior. Steph Curry had some event he invited me to go there for, and blah, blah, blah. And I went there for that." So, but yeah,
Nice.
just to hear his
Awesome.
stories at dinner were yeah, his stories were really, really cool. He invited me to his golf tournament to get content for him at the end of April, at the Philadelphia Country Club, at dinner. He invited me and Justin to that. So yeah, that was just like at that point in the day when he said that, we were just like, we couldn't believe it. But um
Justin, question, sir. Did he now you said he had a security detail.
yes.
We know what kind of shape you're in. Did he call you Muscles Marinara or any type of, like Italian vodka nickname by chance?
No.
'Cause
I've had
okay.
a good handful of athletes actually make those type of references and stuff like that. But not Mr. Irving. No, he did not. He didn't, but we just talked, he did ask me when we were talking about golf, he asked me a lot about questions about that. He asked me, like, what my handicap was back in the day. He asked me what my favorite golf course was in Philadelphia, and I was lucky enough to actually know a few, like Marion and Aronimink and a few others and whatnot, so, like, I could rattle off names and have that conversation with him. Yeah, I really once we started talking about golf and I realized that he actually has his own golf tournament and like he plays and he played Augusta and like he's pretty darn serious about it. I was like, it's a wrap because I could talk golf with anybody. But just the
You gonna
other
get to
stuff I
play
said was
or you gonna go watch one of the events or
you're talking about the thing. Well, if you're talking about what I just referenced, he invited us not to play. It's a celebrity golf thing, but it's his tournament, I guess. I don't know what type of celebrities or how many type of big names are even going to be there or whatnot, but it's at the end of April. And he said that to me and Justin Brown at the dinner. He said, "You guys are invited to come to the golf tournament and do what you're doing today, pretty much. Just capture content, put it out on social media for us." I got to collaborate on a bunch of Instagram posts with Julius Irvings. Yeah, I mean, geez, man. I mean, a year ago I had
what do we
23 followers, and next thing you know, Julius Irving is sending me. I mean, hey, man, I'm humbled. I'm humbled.
that's wild. Good for you, man. You deserve it,
Yeah,
honestly. Good for you.
yep. Well deserved, man. This is like that's awesome. What a
I mean, I
what
wish
a
I wish
story.
you guys I wish you guys could have been at the I wish you guys could have been at the dinner with me. That's all I'll say.
Listen,
Listen, man, I'm glad you were there.
I was still in San Francisco when this was all happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey,
High
man,
class
you were
problem.
at the Super Bowl. I mean, boo hoo, right?
Yeah, but yeah, eventually I would love to
Can't go
connect
wrong
with
either way,
Julius
right? I
Irving.
guess.
Yeah, I told Justin I would love to connect with
All right,
Julius
boys.
Irving one day. Yeah.
Boys, before we go, I know you guys are friends, but we're gonna play a little game here. Okay, ready? So on the
All right.
count of three, I want everybody to say their favorite football team. Ready? Count of three. One, two, three.
Dallas Cowboys.
Ah!
Oh, yes, hey, you know what's funny is Nathan, I knew that for like months, like for months now and stuff. But Nathan's the only Dallas Cowboys fan that I don't hate.
There you go. See, that's
That,
why I was putting it out here because we talk about fan bases. Like again, we got New York, we got Philly, we got Dallas.
But
We
hold
got all
on,
these
I
fan
have
bases
I have a suggestion though, Nathan. Since we are boys, if you want to wear your Dallas Cowboys jersey and come to an Eagles game with me in Philly sometime, I'll walk you through the park. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. I would not do that to you, my guy.
No way.
There's some things I can't subject someone to just yet, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
but we
preserve
do
that
actually got
friendship.
next football season though. While I'm thinking about that, we do have to link up at a whether it's a
Yeah,
Cowboys Eagles
definitely.
game or a
Yeah,
game. You're in
definitely.
New Jersey, right, Nathan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, or a Giants Eagles game or something down that way, whatever. Yeah, because like I didn't go to any away games last year, so I want to go to a away game this year. That's my goal.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I know it's a holiday. Okay, it's not one of the biggest ones, but it is a holiday. I'm gonna let you guys get up on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. But I gotta thank you for being here. Now, our special guests that didn't show up like Royal Rumble style, maybe they come this week, maybe not. I don't know. You never know. But hey, doesn't matter because we got this locked in. And again, this was great. Thank you, boys. And again, anytime you want to get back on and do any kind of special content episode, you name it, whatever you want to do, you just reach out to Rick Ramon and Topher. We'll take care of the rest. Promise.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
All right.
Yeah,
thank you, man.
Worldwide, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like, subscribe, do the thing. Internet, Topher.